top of the morning to you. We're going to do a little wake and bake, yip and yap a bit. I had a very eventful day yesterday. And what energy I do have right now, I just want to hang out. I don't feel like yapping about Chantel all that much. Okay, can I have my shoe? You ruined all of my shoelaces. Exhibit A. Nope. You have issues. I'm not trying to be rude. I am not trying to be rude. All right, hold on, you guys. Are you see? Ouch! I'm very well aware that I don't match, but I don't really care. If you, excuse you. Stop. Stop it, Coco. Give me. We're going to flip upside down. Coco, you cannot expose my leg, my very white leg. Would you leave me alone? Oh. Good morning to anybody who's here. We will be smoking when this, whatever this is, calms down. Coco, is there any reason why I have to hide my leg from you over? I have one leg over here. Hi. Another one over here. Oh, jeez. Coco. I'll wait till people come in. I probably scared everybody away. It will be a Zen hangout as soon as... If I don't react, she'll get bored and move on. Okay, well, she went to the other foot. Hi, Krisha. Good to see you. See, okay, she got bored and moved on. All right, let's smoke. Yesterday was wild. I learned a whole lot of information that I'm still trying to wrap my brain around. Then we were cleaning. You could see the dumpster. We started cleaning out the garage too. There's a stroller in there. I forget what else. Anyways, and then I went to donate plasma. And I know I didn't eat a whole bunch, but I was like, you know what? I ate enough, it'll be okay. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. I almost passed out last night. My daughter had to call my boyfriend. It was like a whole thing. But anyways, I'm happy to say I'm hydrated. I'm hydrated. I am fed. And life is pretty amazing. What did you learn? Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to think of what exactly is okay to share. Because it's not necessarily my story, but I'm involved somehow, okay? Do you know my whole life I've been told I was just German and Italian, and maybe a little bit of something else. Well, my mom and I were going through photos yesterday. We were just going through stuff, cleaning out closets. There's all these photo albums. And I finally started asking questions about certain things. And it was an opportune moment because she finally, I don't know, she opened up about a lot of things. It turns out she was told her whole life she was Italian. When she did her and she was adopted. When she did her ancestry DNA test or whatever, she ended up finding out all this info. And what exactly she is. She's a very small percentage Italian. She is Native American, Scottish, English, what else? Small percentage of Irish. Do you want to know who was Native American? And English and Scottish? My grandpa. And anyways, so it's a whole long story, and my mom brought me evidence of why she thinks XYZ. And I don't know, do you ever go your whole life and you're like, I'm only German, I'm only Italian? And that's just a small percentage of it. A small percentage. I feel like I don't know. I'm always learning new things about myself. And yesterday, we learned a lot. A lot of things make sense, though. Like my mom and my grandpa share a lot of similar features. Like a lot of similar features. And I know if you don't know my whole story, this won't make a whole lot of sense to you, but what I do know is ask questions too. Like I always knew my grandpa was, his mom was Native American, and her tribe apparently, see, what we remember, and I mean, years and years have gone by, right? I thought he said his mom's tribe was like wiped out, and that's not a very nice way of saying it, okay? But that's the only way the only terms that could come to my brain right now. And I never asked more questions like, what was the name of the tribe? So, there's the parrots. There's 2 of them. Hold on, 2 more went by. I still hear some over here. They get into war with the crows. That's what I've learned. It's a whole territory war. Anyways, I forgot where I left off. Oh, my grandpa's mom's tribe. Anyway, so I know Native Americans can get like a check, right? But he wasn't able to because the tribe was no longer like on this list of things. So anyways, there's just more things. I would really wish I would ask more questions. That's where my other gray sock went. Do you know I spent an hour this morning looking for just some gray socks and I could only find one? All right, let's smoke. Let's smoke and then I'll think of how much. Aaron! Yes. But I know she was adopted because I've seen the adoption papers. So and then I asked my mom too, I'm like, why wouldn't he have told you? Like when he got really sick, and she's like, I think he just felt so bad. Like, I don't know, other things were going on, When you feel like crap and all these health problems are going on, I don't know, it's not like he could really talk anyways, so towards the end. But like, if anything, it makes me even like have more, I don't know how to explain it. I feel so bad for my mom just never having answers. And every time she gets answers, she's met with more questions, right? So, anyways, I don't want to like go into all the side stories about this whole thing and why he is probably her bio dad. I want to talk to her first. You know what I mean? To make sure like, hey, I want to get people's feedback and see if they're thinking what we think too. But like, if you don't want to share it, like it's okay too, So I want to talk to her first, but it's a wild rabbit hole. Like I'm telling you, 3 hours went by and I didn't even realize it because my mom was telling me just all these stories of why she thinks this is that, if that makes sense. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like growing up, the adoption story, again, I know she was adopted, but it just didn't really make sense anyways to me. Like a lot of things just didn't make sense. And my mom said the same thing. She was just like, it didn't ever make sense to me, but like, I know I was adopted. But anyways, my mom and my grandpa, my mom has very dark skin, like very, very dark. I am a ghost compared to her. My grandpa had really, really dark skin. He had this thick black hair, like even into his old age, he had this thick hair. Okay, it was no longer black, but he had this thick hair, like so much of it. Well, my nephew looks just like my grandpa. We say all the time how he's a little mini grandpa, like his mannerisms, his hair, same texture, same color. He's also very, very dark. So, anyways, those are just some of the ones that I can share that aren't like insane. But again, I'm going to talk to her and say, hey, and just see what she has to say, because it's one of those stories that would end up on TikTok with like all the twists and turns and, but everything back then was so secretive, right? Like everybody wasn't so out in the open with their family drama or secrets. Everything was very hush hush. Everybody wanted to portray like the perfect image, right? These days, like, we don't care. We're just like, we don't care. But anyways, I shouldn't say we don't care. It's just a different time, I guess. Sorry, I'm talking a mile a minute and I talk with my hands. I guess that's the small percentage of Italian in me. Um, so you guys are moving around with me. Really, Wookie? It can be, but so I think my grandpa chose where he was going to stay, if that makes sense. And this isn't to make him sound like this wild man, right? Like, I think when you're married 65 years, you know, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to like normalize anything, but a lot can happen in 65 years, right? Like a lot. And their story was crazy to begin with. Like at the time, my grandpa was Episcopalian when they had met, and my grandma was born and raised in a, or not born and raised, she was born in a hospital, but raised in a convent. Her mom passed away during childbirth, and so her dad put her in a convent, and she was there until she could leave, you know? He was all these things, and she was like an Irish girl, and his family, I think, thought it was weird. He wanted to be with her. I think her family thought it was weird. She wanted to be with him. Again, times have changed, but like back then it was like a big scandal. Like my grandma was kicked out of the Catholic Church and they moved to Southern California from back east. It was like, so their whole story in general, like I'm telling you, it's insane. Anyways. Ricky Bobby, thank you for the star. Jack Nicholson was adopted too, but the woman he was raised to, known as his sister, was actually his mom. Yeah, I know adoptions can happen in family. I guess it's hard to... I'm hoping you guys can read between the lines, if this makes sense. Do you know, this is what I will share too. I heard stories about how my mom's bio mom like would show up at my grandparents' house to try and see her. Like she would pretend to sell vacuums and all this stuff. And like one day someone broke in the house and ripped up every photo of my mom. So it sounds like the other person was very mad, right? I mean, that's the impression I get. Coco's so interested in a butterfly over there. It sounds like my mom's bio mom. Oh, Coco's exposing my secrets right now. Do you want to know what I did? This is the level of lazy that I was today. The garage is right here, and there's a weed whacker that I know how to use in there, okay? When I lived in Southgate, I had a place, and It had a gardener supposedly, but I never saw him. So I learned how to use a weed whacker, and like every few weeks I would borrow it from my dad, right? And I would weed whack. I know how to use it. I was sick of looking at the weeds. So what did I do? I made my life harder, and I went and got a pair of scissors, and I chopped the weeds all right here where I can look at my little fountain. It was ruining my vibe, okay? The weeds were ruining my fountain vibe and my frog action. Look at this, by the way. I gotta show you guys my new frog. He lights up. I'll go back to the story in a second. I needed a little break from it because it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Anyways, so yeah, I got scissors and I just chopped the weeds down, but I left those ones over there because I can't really see them from my chair. And I also left the ones over here because I also can't really see them from my chair. You know, it's amazing how weeds can all pop up. They grow so fast, too. All right, back to my chair to smoke. We've had a very productive weekend, I will say that. Next weekend, I'm painting. It's me, my brother-in-law, I think my sister. That's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna pop in my AirPods and just put the music on so loud. That's what I'm gonna do. They're so cute. Okay, my little garden knickknacks make me so happy. I know, I'm very weird, but they really they bring me joy, okay? They spark joy. I like sitting out here and looking at everything. It's really nice at night, too, when you take the dog's potty and all the solar stuff, all the solar lights are lit up. It calms me down, I'll say that. I finally figured out how to work the fountain. Well, okay, not that I was working it wrong. It just the nozzles that I was putting on it, spouts, I don't know what they're called. The attachments that make the water shoot up in different ways. Like, it's meant for a pond, not for a tiny little bird bath, you know? So after going through all the different attachments, and finally realizing that the water is not going to stay in if I keep using those, I took it off, and now I have this little trickle happening. I don't know if you can really appreciate the trickle. Let me show you. But it looks nice. I know. The grass is a total fire hazard, and yet the weeds are green. Life finds a way. I'm hoping, I mean, I don't really know how to make this happen, but we had these, what are they called? Chinch bugs? I think that's what they were called. I don't know. They're not very cute looking bugs, okay, but I found watching them very interesting. They always had these like massive bug orgies, okay? And not to sound like a creep, like I would just watch them, and at first I thought they were carrying their friends on their back. That's not what was happening at all, okay? Then pretty soon there was 20 of them, and anyways. They must have moved on from somebody else who treated their lawn. This is what I think happens. I've had time to sit and think about it. I think people treat their lawns to get rid of these bugs and they move on to somebody else's grass, which is really unfortunate because that lady right there has beautiful grass. And they would have to go there because the people to the other side of me don't have grass. Like the city paid for these drought-resistant plants and gravel. Anyways, I don't know. I asked my parents why they didn't go along with it. And they said because nothing in life is for free. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Anyways, back to these bugs. So I've seen like maybe 3 out of the millions that I feel like I used to see. I don't see very many very often. And I'm wondering if the grass will grow back, or do we need to reseed it or plant seeds? I don't know. I heard you could do a grass transplant. I mean, I could just smoke a whole lot of weed and go out there with tweezers and just, you know, plant each blade one by one. I think I'd do like 20 and give up, but you know, it's a nice thought. All right, back to my stizzy. I still have northern lights. Hi, Tammy. I have a gardening nightmare to do. My jasmine has grown so big it's trying to consume my front door. I have to do something now. I ordered a clipper. Yeah, it definitely needs a haircut. Pretty soon you're going to get trapped in the house or out of the house if you don't do something. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to plant jasmine right outside my door. And I'm going to let it grow. And then when I say I literally can't leave, nobody could be mad at me. The jasmine grew in front of my door. With my luck, my sister would come weed whack me out, though. She wouldn't just let me go in peace. I will tell you that. She wouldn't. I found these photos of me and my sister yesterday from when I think I probably first came home from the hospital. And I was in the hospital for a long time. Okay, so my mom apparently started bleeding out and I was drowning in her blood. And then they didn't even think I was going to make it. But somehow I was born and I'm still alive today. But it makes sense. I wonder if I lost oxygen or something because... Anyways, so I found these photos from it where it looks like me and my mom just got home. And like my sister's looking at me all proud to have me. And she looks like the proudest big sister. And it was nice to see a time where she liked me. She likes to annoy me. I don't know how much she likes me. I'm pretty sure those are the parrots over there, but they're being really quiet. I see them on the phone line. Hold on. They look green from here. Let me try and keep my hand still. Okay, well, I'm not very good at this. I tried to show you. What I do know is they'll get mad in a little bit and they'll fly our direction. They are green. But I don't know if I've ever heard parrots be so quiet around here. It's the parrots. It is them. Do you hear them? Last time this happened, they were over there, and they started fighting with crows and ended up right in front of my house, so I'm not trying to be rude, but I kind of hope it happens again because I want them to come in front of my house. Crows unite! Kick them out of the tree so I could come see them in my tree. I think it's cool. Some people don't like them because they wake them up early in the morning. Like sometimes they'll be out like 5 a.m. But like I'm up so it doesn't bother me, right? But I think it's like, I don't know, it's probably the same people that get annoyed at the peacocks. Like if you don't want to live where wild things are, I don't know what to tell you. Like go underground into a bunker where you don't have to see or experience anything. Like I think it's going to be a sad day when the wild parrots aren't around anymore and the peacocks aren't in our city anymore and we don't get to see these things. Like there's people also that want something done about the coyotes who eat the cats that they let outside. I have an idea. Stop letting your cat outside. Okay, rant over. Rant over. Like, I even don't really like, the cats are cute that I see when I see the kittens on the roof down there, right? But, like, it's not smart. There's things that come down from the mountains and hills, and they're very hungry. Coco, give it a rest. Oh, you're mad at the lantern. Every day you pick something you're mad at. Every day. And where would you like it to go? Can I put it back up? It's not gonna hurt you, I promise. Look, sniff it. Oh, they have these. This was supposed to, well, it was marked for weddings, celebrations, parties, all this stuff. I just think it looks really pretty at night. Like, it makes a really nice hummingbird design. What are we mad at now? All right, I'm gonna go back to my weed and my chair. Oh wait, hold on, we're sliding down here. Oh, I don't know, they were tied on. I guess I'm not very good at tying. All right, we're gonna have to flip because Coco's trying to eat my foot. It's really hard not reacting. Stop. Leave my feet alone. Ow. Go away, go away. Go away. I missed your fishing today. Ricky Bobby, I'm glad you talk now, but before, whenever I came by, you never saw me. But now if you pay attention, I'll come by. All I would get was your butt. If you don't leave... Oh, hold on, I can't flip. Oh shit, there's something in back of me. Well, Mandrews! Oh no. Mandrews, I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm talking, I guess, specifically in my area, okay? Like, we just have a lot of coyotes, we do. I'm really sorry for your loss. No cat should be out at night. They're just not a match for bigger things. They aren't, and I think they think we're, the world is safe because it is inside our house. So outside, I don't know if their guard is up. And I guess that was what my rant was about. It's so hard. It is. This one's given me a few scares. When she first came home, she used to love to go out the front door. The second it would open, she bolted, which was another reason why we got her into puppy training. She doesn't really do that anymore, which I'm happy about that. And like, she doesn't understand danger either. She just, oh, I don't know if you saw him. She would run into the street and like, thank God there wasn't a car, right? Thank God. So anyways, I think animals, they just think the world is safe because we make it safe. And so to Coco, a car isn't going to come speeding around the corner at her, but it just might. I'm glad you stopped doing that, Bean. I don't need a bath right now, but thank you. I appreciate it. Good looking out. Stop it. Coco, I love you very much. Oh, wait, I hear them again. They might be flying on the other side of the house. You hear the parrots? Where's your mommy at? You let me know. Here, I think you should go investigate. That's what I think, Coco. Okay, I'm gonna have to... Oh, there. All right. I'll give you guys something else to look at other than the dumpster. They're throwing away the bouncy house? I just realized it a million years later. What the hell is that sound? It sounded like a million crickets. Briefly. And I'm pretty sure it came from somebody's car. Aaron tried getting it on my live. It didn't show up that great. I don't think anything deserves to die like that. I know other animals have to eat, but it's... Have you ever seen orcas or killer whales hunt? I mean, I've always known, but the other day it came across my... I'm not going to go into detail, so don't worry, because, like, my heart couldn't take it. But, like, anyways, it came across my Facebook page, and I thought I was just going to see a bunch of whales just, I don't know, swimming. But they were doing far more than that. Then everybody on the boat was like, that's so cool. And I'm like, the poor dolphins, the poor seals, whatever they were hunting. I don't remember at the time. Like, my heart broke for them. But, like, I realize everything has to eat, right? And everybody has a way of eating. I prefer to eat vegetables. That's a good time to me. And I don't really see myself going out of my way to do all the things that the whales were doing to you. But, you know, I think they have fun while they do it too. Maybe. No, well, apparently there is a whole, there's a reason to the madness, I guess. Like, I watched them obliterate a sunfish, but I guess it's to feed a bunch of other whales, right? Like, instead of just one or two getting a meal, like, everybody gets to eat. So at least they're thoughtful. I will say that, you know, everybody gets to eat. Nobody's left hungry. Yeah, the poor seals. And seals are so cute. I love them. But again, everything has to eat. So I get that too. I get it. The food chain is important, but it can be brutal. Nature is not for the weak. Quite literally. Like, the weak typically doesn't survive out there, right? Like, you have to be strong and healthy in order to make it. Coco, I really like that shirt on you. Out of all the things you own, I think that's my cutest because it has bananas, and I think you're absolutely bananas. I sent Specs a message for you, Aaron. I know you didn't ask me to, but I did. Okay, and I hope, like, neither of you guys mind. You guys are just both very nice people. And I think, I don't know, maybe sometimes, I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm trying to help, though, okay? So I don't know that she knows you well enough, and I don't know that she knows that, like, you're not, like, this evil person, right? Like, it's not like she said anything bad about you. And I don't know if we were just assuming the short was because of the comment you made, but I don't know. Either way, I think it would be good to let her know, like, I do like your voice. I just thought you were faking it or something, you know? I basically told her that you like her and you didn't mean any harm, and that you feel really, really, really bad if it hurt her. Something along the lines of that. I don't know. I'll screenshot and send you exactly what I said. Village Idiot was timed out by Mrs. C. Yeah, smoke with me. I'm going to hit more in my vape, too. No, of course. I figured, like, I know you well enough to know that I think you feel too bad to reach out. So I was trying to, like, be the in-between. And what I've learned about Specs, well, while she and I were going at it for a little while, like, while she's very good at putting on a tough girl act, like, she does take everything to heart, and she wants so badly to be accepted and to have friends. And I think her and I are a lot more alike than we thought. Like, I don't handle rejection well. Like, I'll speak for myself. Like, I think I have abandonment issues. In fact, I know I do. Anyways, like, I think it hurts when you don't feel accepted or you feel rejected, right? So anyways, I just want her to know that we want her here. Like, she's one of us. She's our friend now. Yeah. And I've learned too, just being very open, having an open line of communication has been saving me a lot lately. Just saying, hey, just in case this appears as, just in general, right? Like, just saying everything how it is so there's like no confusion left on anybody's end has been a very good way to live. I also didn't have to read that comment out, and that's where I need to do better too. Like, I didn't honestly think about it, but like, how would that have felt to just be watching a live stream of somebody you like and hear that, right? So, you know, I probably didn't help by reading that out, and I shouldn't have, and I should do better. So, I got the best geek bar yesterday, and I need you guys to know about it. It's Peach Bowl. And it tastes like a peach. I don't know if it tastes like a Red Bull, but it tastes like a peach drink, and it's delicious. It tastes like a peach sweet tea to me. It's so good. And I'm so happy to be rid of that other vape that tasted like soap. I don't know, just I think certain things just don't agree with my taste buds these days. Yesterday I got an avocado roll to eat after I donated plasma because I knew I needed to get something on my stomach. And I ate like 2 out of however many rolls. What is it, 6 rolls, 8 rolls? I don't remember now. However many rolls come in a roll. I ate 2 and I'm like, this is disgusting. And my mom was there and I asked her, I'm like, does this taste right to you? And she was like, yeah, it tastes great to me. I'm like, this is terrible. But so this is my question to you. If you're on a GLP-1 or you just happen to know a lot about the knowledge, does it change your taste buds? Like before it was just things didn't sound good to me, but now it's just everything tastes like poop. I don't know. I mean, it's probably a great thing, you know. So I'm not really that insecure in these leggings. Like me 2 weeks ago would have been, me understands, since everything tastes like poop, we're going to be downsizing our leggings. So there's that. Woohoo! All right, let me hit my stizzy. I do a lot of yapping. That was very nice. I'm a smoke shack. Oh, yes. I am. I got my nicotine vape. I got my THC vape. missed you, Free the People. But I know you're busy today, so I didn't want to text you and say I was going to go live. I figured you'll just, when you have time, you'll see I am. Anyways, you need this. You need this one, and I need to get the strawberry one next time. And I just thought you should know that we're going to switch. You'll really like the peach. It's giving, you know how like the pear one really tasted like pear? And it was delicious and you could smell it when you took it out of the package, like before you actually even broke the plastic, right? It's giving that. And it's kind of amazing. This is definitely the best vape I've had in a very long time. I'm not promoting it. Like, I'm not trying to encourage it. Nobody take up smoking because of me, okay? Like, I've had worse habits. I'm holding on to my last few. I'm not really trying to change it in this moment, okay? But anyways, if you do vape and you like Geek Bar, try the Red Bull collab. The blue Raz actually sounds like it would be really good too. As soon as the strawberry bowl runs out, if you see it, claim it. Definitely Free the People. I hope you can find some. Keep me updated. Oh, the lamb's bread? Yeah, next time I go to the dispensary, I'm going to ask if they have it in anything. In anything. I have to try it now. Coco is having a word. You'd be surprised how much fits in this little dumpster. If you have to clean out a bunch of stuff at your house, I think this was $3.45 to rent. We used to get the big, long ones, but I don't think anybody wanted to spend that money. So we got this one, and it actually fits a lot if you're smart about how you put things in the bottom, right? Like, up until I would say halfway through, we were like breaking down every box. I don't know, arranging things to where it fit better, I guess. Now it's just kind of, I think it's going to get dumped soon. Well, we only have it till tomorrow, so. Coco. What are we mad at now? She's very muscular. Every day I look at her and I'm like, she is such a fit dog. A fit dog. And she has a tubby grandma. Tubby grandma. I don't know what this seed thing is gonna be. Oh, maybe it just landed on this. Hold on. I've been looking at it for a few days. And I thought it was gonna be a flower of some sort. But it might have just been a seed that landed on it. So, never mind. Mine are in the pre-rolls and I've been smoking them in my bowl. I still think you should do the sneezing challenge on here. I totally dare you. I know, but I've had time to think about it. I feel like by the time I set up a live stream, turn monetization on, do a thumbnail, like the sneeze is going to be over. But, you know, maybe I'll just get in the mood to sneeze all over the place for you guys. Is there a sneezing fetish community? Oh, did you guys hear about Scapegoat? So apparently they were linking this Instagram. And what was the name of it? Free the People? Anyway, so you go to the Instagram and it appears this account is into some shit. for the people, we'll say it in the chat if he's listening. I couldn't show this part on the live stream anyways that I was going to do today, but then I was like, eh. So Scapegoat links this account. Oh, free the people. Yes, I found it out. I know, but what was the name of it? Because I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Anyway, so they link this account. People go to it and they're like, what the fuck? So when you go to this Instagram, it's like this almost like BDSM. And like, that's not the weird part, right? Like, it's the stuff that goes along with it's the super morbidly obese people with like really tight corsets, and like the lines are making their fat protrude out more. I don't know if there's any lovelier way of saying that. It was a lot. So anyways, then Free the People gets nosy because we trained him well. And then he starts looking up more, and he finds them on Twitter, and he finds the account. And the account in the profile, wasn't it a woman? And so didn't Chantel tell us Scapegoat was like a really pretty woman? Anyways, I'm pretty sure I retweeted it on Twitter. It's in the thread of like a Chantel community post, okay? So like if you want to go see it bad enough, it's in there. And then they're also on Twitter if you just search the name. But I think there's people who have certain issues with eating, because you could see these accounts all over Twitter, right? And that's what Scapegoat's account is giving. And so they are using super morbidly obese people maybe as like, I don't know, an art. And like these people are paying Chantel to feed her so they won't eat. Does that make sense? I have to be really careful about how I word things with YouTube, but... And I think Nina, I don't know. This is what I will say. There's all these people that don't look like Chantel paying her to eat. If we're to believe all the people in the photos are the people in the photos, that they're real, right? Like none of these people look like her, and they're all giving her money to keep eating and telling her she's doing amazing and that she's looking thinner in order for her to keep eating more. I think her community is just like a cesspool of addictions and like disorders. And I'm not saying that I've had all of the above, like I'm just saying, so like I get it. And like I've also been the person in AA who was forced to go and, found everybody else who wanted to drink and was forced to go too. Does that make sense? Like oftentimes when you're doing bad, you want to find other people to do bad with. And just something that Ron said one time when people were asking him, like, are you a feeder? Are you a feeder? And I had even asked him a few times, are you a feeder? That's what everybody's saying. And he would always say, like, I feed everyone but myself. And like, I don't know. And I'm not claiming him to be anything. I'm just saying, like, the wheels have been turning. I think how obsessed with the gym he is, how he doesn't look like foodie, but he super chats her to eat, right? And he's not the only person like that. There's a whole bunch of people. So, and like, whatever, adults are adults, I guess, like, everybody's gonna do what they're gonna do. But like, should all this shit be on YouTube? I guess that's what I'm trying to say too, like... I drink a 6-pack alone in an hour, then it's still not enough. People would rather smoke weed with me, but I'm apparently more healthier than most at the doctors. I don't know. Unpopular opinion, I do like Ron. He's a good guy, just bored, I think. I don't dislike him. It's just he lied to me about several things that I asked him flat out. Flat out. So it was like, I can't really trust anything that he says, right? Like, and there's just some things like, that I don't know what I would ever trust around me, like the stuff that he's been involved in with the discords and stuff like that, and the Amberlyn Reed stuff. Like, I just, and this isn't me trying to talk shit or me be a bitch. I've been burned so much in my life, and it made me hard for a while, like mean and cruel, and I wanted to become this person that nobody could ever hurt again, right? And while I don't want to be that person anymore, because all it did was affect me, like, well, no, that's not true, okay? It hurt other people in the process, but like, I was also giving other people, like, I was drinking poison expecting other people to die. Does that make sense? Like, I wasn't feeling good about being that mean. Yeah, I was protecting myself, I guess, but I became somebody I wasn't proud of and somebody I didn't like. Anyways, so now I'm trying to learn a healthy balance, right? Like, I don't want to be a stone cold hearted bitch that makes everybody cry, but I also still want to protect myself. So I guess setting healthy boundaries. I told this to Specs yesterday. And we're going to take my own advice. Like, I'm going to take my own advice. Setting healthy boundaries is okay. Like, I can't trust you now. I don't trust who you're friends with, or who you surround yourself with, or I don't trust maybe what you do when you get bored. So therefore, I wish you well, just somewhere else. Does that make sense? I'm also trying to be nicer with my words because my delivery was so harsh, and it got so fucking harsh. Like, I just lashed out. There was no like, hey, I'm a little mad because, there was like, you fucking bitch. Like, it was, people would take like a literal tongue beating from me. Anyways. Oh, Coco. Oh, gosh. I'm blocking that person because it's very much giving Satan coming in every day, hitting on married women. And it's like, I've seen it enough days in a row. It's enough is enough. So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but we come here to hang out with each other. Like, nobody should be trying to date anybody in my chat. There was a few times he lied. Like, I wouldn't have considered us best friends, but like, we would chat here and there, just like through DMs, like, and I would ask him, like, are you Sofa King? Like, I gave him every opportunity to tell me. Like, I even told him, I don't care if you are now. Like, the person I've gotten to know, like, it wouldn't matter to me if you are. And he lied, and then he went into another chat, like, proclaiming he was Sofa King. And then so I DM'd him. I'm like, hey. And he had, like, I don't know. I don't like being lied to. I just really don't like it, especially like if I'm friends with somebody. It really bothers me. So anyways, so I said, hey, so you admitted you're Sofa King in Milky's chat, and he responded back with like a smiley face. And I'm like, and then there was something else I had asked him about. I'd have to go back and look. Like, I'm not trying to like expose tea. It wasn't anything like groundbreaking, right? Like, it wasn't anything that... It's just like when several instances, if you ask somebody like, hey, just tell me this, like, I'm not going to be mad. I just want to know the truth. And they flat out lie to you. Like, how could you ever fully trust them as a friend, right? And like, if he's saving DMs to hold against people later on, like Amberlyn Reed or whatever he said he was really trying to do, expose her. Like, is he really doing that with all his? I don't know. So, like, I don't want to have to worry about who I could trust. Does that make sense? And I heard he has been trying to, or he was trying to feed reaction channels at one point. So, dude, just own you're a feeder. But again, this isn't saying I want a whole war. I'm just saying people tend to respect when people tell the truth a lot more, right? I think Ryder is wrong, yeah. They talk very similar. They speak very similar, whatever the right way to say it. They communicate alike. I give up. Hello. You are the noisiest dog in this neighborhood today. I would like to let you know that. And you have made sure that everybody is awake. There's nobody sleeping in on their day off today. Why is that mutt barking at the air? I'm sure that's what some people say about you. Oops. Okay, you just can't be rude when it comes to my dogs. Like, it's not like I'm going to invite you over for tea when you just were rude about my dog. So, we're not perfect. It's Monday. It is very much Monday. Yeah. I mean, the truth always comes out if it's really Ron. He'll get mad at Foodie. She'll get mad at him. Because they've turned on each other several times, so. I don't know, I'm 43. I'm too old to have friends who lie. Does that make sense? Like, I'm just too old to have to worry about it. I'm in my truly, like, I just want peace era. I've had such a hard life. I really have. I just want to have peace. I want to have peace. I want to trust who's in my circle. I don't want drama. I don't want any of that. And I think this is part of the reason why I'm struggling going back to reacting to Foodie, because when you're trying to be different, like, how can you be if you're doing the same old thing, right? I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like the stuff that she's done. I'll never be, like, her biggest fan or anything. But I don't have the same hatred that I was carrying around in my heart. I don't, because things aren't miserable right now. Like, I finally came out of my mental health struggles that I was going through. Like, the world is beautiful again. I'm surrounded by so much love. Like, there's so much good in my life. I kind of feel like an asshole going live to talk about her shitty life. It's just, it's true. And it's not to say, like, my life isn't, I'm not living in a mansion on the hill. I'm not sitting on billions of dollars, but, like, I'm content. And it doesn't mean that I don't want more. Like, I just have to figure out how to approach a Foodie reaction, I guess, is what I have to do. Because I'm not the same, like, cunt person I was even 6 months ago. Let them throw their dirty cash. I could care less. You never know when hard times come and they may need it one day. Oh, well, money's gone. Gave it to Foodie True Mandrews. I don't know if the barking is a lot for anybody. It just, I'm very used to it. My dogs bark all day. But I understand how it would be a bit distracting to listen to. So I am sorry for that. Look at my little fountain go. I'm going to have this yard like covered in weird little statues, bird baths with solar fountains. And I'm going to keep making it a place that I like to be and I feel safe. All my best thinking happens back here. Do you know that? It really does. I do a lot of praying back here too. I feel like my life goes to shit when I stop saying thank you. I don't know, and like living in gratitude. I feel like when I stop remembering like how far I've come and, you know, how long it took to get XYZ. And I'm not saying like it's all because, but I feel like it's good to sit and it's good to reflect. It's good to be thankful for what you have because I don't know, there was a time I begged to be in this house and I was banned, like barred. Like my mom called the police every time she saw me on her street coming down her way, you know. There was a time I wanted so badly to right my wrongs and have my daughter again, but it took work to get that way. So like, I don't know. While I still complain about laundry and dishes, I do sit back here and I think I am grateful for the bed making. I am grateful for all the time she wakes me up during the night to ask for things that are right next to her and she had to get up to ask me for it anyways. You know, those things. There's a time I wanted that, so. And when you stay in gratitude, you tend to be much happier. I worked really hard on this fairy garden when I lived in Southgate. Because the person I was living with, like, he's just made my life miserable. And it was just one of those things where I don't want to get too into it, but it was like hard to separate because we had all these things accumulated together, like animals together, all this stuff, right? Anyways, but like I hated him. It got to the point in my relationship, like I literally hated him. And I was so miserable, like when even he was around. And I had to make things like happy for myself. So I worked really hard on this fairy garden. And it had like tiny little sub-villages and the most beautiful fairy houses. There was bridges with water. I had a bird bath. I had all this stuff and I had to leave it all behind. So I kind of feel like I'm slowly but surely gonna get my fairy garden back. But this time I'm not escaping anything. It's funny how life works, right? It is true. I just had to stay on the right path and like slowly I got everything back in my life I've lost. And I need to remember that it took a while to get everything back because I never want to backtrack. I just never want to go back to having to fight to have everything again. It was a lot of work, man. It was a lot of work. Rewarding. It was very rewarding at the end, but it didn't always feel that way when I was going through all the work. I'll tell you that much. All right, hitting my vape. was the loudest fly in the world. Excuse me. Good morning, Sniper. I can't wait to make a fairy garden in we'll have a fairy world in your backyard. That'll be exciting. I can't wait. Coco, we're gonna have, and that gnome, it's gonna rule the fairy garden, just so you know. He is the king. He's a big gnome. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but it's definitely bigger than the fake porch goose. Okay, Clint. You had to leave the place, though. It was time and other shit. I'm just mad I didn't leave sooner. That's the only thing. Like, when you get to a point in your relationship where you hate the person, like, it's time to get the fuck out, right? Like, but I would tell myself, oh, we have all these lizards together, and, we have this and the place and all this stuff, and who would get what. It's just like, I don't know, you figure the rest out later, right? But I hated him. Now I pity him. The hate is gone. Now it's pity. And that's not even to be shady. Like, he must have hated himself to be so fucking miserable, right? Like, he couldn't stand to ever see me smile, which, like, it says something in itself, right? Like, when you have to take away someone else's smile because you're ashamed to show yours, like, I don't know. Hopefully he found inner peace. Because oftentimes when people hate themselves, they take out their hate on other people, right? So that's what I hope for and pray for inner peace. And nobody else has had to suffer with him. In his own life, yeah. If anything, like, I'm not sad because I went through things. I'm sad for myself that I put up with things. Like, when I share things of, like, how badly I've been treated by people, like, it's not to say that I'm a saint because, like, I haven't been. I just would never do the things that other people have done to me. Like, I would never do those anyways. I'm sad that, like, I thought I was worth so little, But I'm happy that I found self-worth. Because once you find that, then you don't settle for whatever. Dude was insane. What's crazy is, like, I think of some of the stories you've told me, I'm like, I don't see how anybody could treat you that way. And, like, they just weren't meant for us, right? And no other relationship has worked out because they weren't our person. Like, you're my person. What's wild to me, I think of how much I used to fight with people in relationships. Like, every day was a fucking fight. I don't ever fight with you. Ever. Like, I don't want to. I can't imagine even hating you. And what's crazy is certain people throughout my life and relationships have not been able to stand to see me happy, but like you would do anything to make me happy. And, you know, what? Coco, come on, I'm going in my socks. Ouch! You can't. Ow! Coco, what is wrong with you? Have you been doing crack? Okay, my feet are not safe. She's ferocious. I'm running back to safety. Oh! No! No! Oh my gosh. We might finish up my stream in my room. I don't know. I can't really decide if I want to tolerate her. Not that I'm tall. It's the barking right now. Like if I was back here, she'd be doing it anyways, right? But like, I'm just aware there's other people here. So anyways, we're just going to stay. Like, this is her backyard now. I'm not going to make her feel like she can't bark or something. I'm not going to bark shame her. We all have weird things about ourselves. She likes feet and barking, okay? I like vaping. I don't know that that's really weird. It's probably not really healthy. It's something weird. I really enjoy cleaning out my ears. There we go. I think it feels like one of the best feelings in the world. Nothing compares to it. There you go. I really like the smell of gasoline at the gas station. Even as a little kid, I remember I used to like we didn't roll down the windows really back then because it was a lot of work. You had to wind it. Okay, but I would open the door to smell it. I still do that. I love it when my sister needs to go to the gas station. Take me with you. And do you need to go later? Okay, I'm glad. Well, you don't notice because you have dogs that like to talk too. We're going to have the loudest house. We are. And we're going to need the biggest bed. So many dogs. And a cat. And who knows what I'm going to get because I'll be off of my parents' property and I'll be able to get chickens. I never thought I wanted chickens because I thought they were too loud, but I don't really care at this point. Coco has prepared me for chickens. She has prepared me. I would really like a cow that I rescue. It has to happen organically, though. And she could sleep with us, too. Her name is going to be Daisy, and it's going to be a she because, well, I don't know. I guess we would know if it was otherwise. But anyways, I'd really like a Highland cow. A family of jumping spiders. A chameleon. I know my daughter, she says when we move out of here, she wants a hognose snake. She told me a python at first. I'm like, what if it gets out and eats Chachi? Like, I just want something little and dainty that I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night to make sure my little chihuahua is still next to me, okay? I don't know. I'm still traumatized from that one day I was standing on the snake. Do you know sometimes when my feet are hanging off of my bed, I picture the snake? I really don't know what it was. It didn't rattle. But that thing was as big as me. It was big. Like, it clearly eats good up there. Anyways, You want parrots, I know that. I think my tiny home dream is out. Our house is going to stink with everything if we live in a tiny home with like 500 different whatevers, no matter how clean we are. Oh, what happened? No, it's okay, Clint. Nobody ever has to apologize for that. Your mom wants chickens. They're so cute. They really are. And they have funny personalities. I didn't see it before until I started watching this Kendall person on Facebook. And at first I thought she was insane because she got like 2 chickens and then she kept getting chickens after that. Okay. Every time she went out to the store, she came back with more chickens. And she was going to the store every day. And then it turned into ducks. I forget what else she has now at this point. But anyways, I could see her chickens and how they would follow her. And can you just picture me walking around with all my chickens just following me? I would never have a bad day again in my life. Ever. So that has to happen. And none of these chickens will be for food, just so we're clear. And I'm not saying that I think chicken is the most disgusting thing to eat in the world anyways. But just in case anybody visits and decides that they're hungry, they are for looking at and admiring. And for following me around. That's it. Thank you so much, Clint. Your sister has 2 chickens left, and they're both older ladies and don't lay eggs anymore. They used to lay beautiful blue ones. Wow. That's awesome. How old are they, Erin? It would be fun to start out with 2 and name them Laverne and Shirley. Or Lucy and Ethel. My daughter wouldn't let me name Coco Joni. Do you know how hard I fought for that so I could have a Joni and a Chachi? I think I'm just going to have to come home with my own, like another Chihuahua or something. I really don't ever want to go to the Baldwin Park Animal Shelter again, though. That was sad as fuck. And that day stayed with me for like a month. I don't know how I'm glad that there's people who help the animals there. I don't know how, you guys, if you volunteer, I don't know how you do it, but I'm glad that you do. And I worked in the veterinary field, and like people would say they didn't know how I could do what I did, but like, at least you see happy endings. And like, I guess at the animal shelter, you probably do sometimes, but like for the most part, it seems like it would be heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. But I could tell the guy that walked Coco out, I could tell he really liked her. Like he was making sure I was understanding the directions. He did a little goodbye to her. So, and it turns out she had been in there twice. So I'm glad that there's people that make the dogs feel loved, because maybe it's the first time some of them have ever felt love or somebody that cared about them. So I'm glad that we have people who could do it. It's just, I don't know. None of the dogs sounded happy to be there, and that sound will forever stay in my brain. And therefore, I can never go back there myself. I'll have to send somebody to go for me. Can't hike with this chick. She has 5 dogs and a snake. She's beautiful and short, but recently I feel guilty because I had my recent ex wanting to patch things, and my first ex randomly emailed me. Sounds like you're high in demand. I don't remember how old they are. They're pretty old, though. Do you have pictures of them? I want to see them. Ooh! That was a very angry fly. He did not sound very happy. Probably because I picked up all the dog poop in the yard, so he's got nothing. It's a bad day to be a fly. I'm gonna hit my stizzy. Then I'm gonna go in a little bit. Let's stay live for like 10, 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go see if my little butthead is awake. So you know she wants a rotating closet for her bedroom makeover. And it has lights and everything. She's definitely bougier than me. I will say that. I love that she's so fancy, though. It's cute. For the people, I'm surprised you don't have a rotating shoe rack. What shelter? That shelter is a kill shelter. Oh, the Baldwin Park. I heard that they changed that. But here's my question. Okay. And it just, your comment got my brain going. So the shelters that are no kill and probably send a lot of their dogs off to these large rescues, like do they get sent to those rescues that we've been hearing about in the news? Or like large amounts of dogs are just unaccounted, like they don't know. There's no log of them leaving or what happened to them. They're just no longer there. I wish people would just spay and neuter their animals. Then there wouldn't be all this. I get so mad when I see people irresponsibly just, there's somebody I really like on Facebook too, and I'm like, I like her so much. She's this creator. Her dog got pregnant. She has no idea how. And while I know these puppies are going to have a great home, like, how do you not know how your dog got pregnant? I just wish people would be a bit more responsible, right? Just in general, and that's not coming for her. Just spay and neuter. Odds are, like, I'm sure maybe you do want to have cute little puppies, but I've seen so many dogs get pyometra, and it's so scary. And not all of them make it through the emergency surgery. And that's from not being spayed. And there's so many puppies, kittens in the shelters because people don't want to spay and neuter their pets or keep them in their yard. And there's not enough homes for all these animals. There's just not. So, or not enough people that want to adopt, I guess. So what happens to them? They either get euthanized or they get sent off to these crazy shelters that do God knows what to most of the animals that they get. I don't know. It's just a horrible, vicious cycle. So please spay and neuter your pets. My dogs are spayed. My dogs before them were spayed. My dogs before them were spayed. I might not be the most responsible person in every aspect of my life, but I want my dogs to always be healthy. It is kind of hot. I'm in the shade though, so it's not too bad. Yes, high in demand. Hold on. I have Chachi and Coco. That's Coco. Oh, excuse me, and Chachi's in on the bed. It's too hot and dirty out for her liking. Though I don't think the heat would bother her. She just doesn't really like to leave her bed. I don't know. All her toys are there. She has like 5 bones that she's collected. I pretty much have to carry her outside if I want her to get out. Maybe I should go get her and let her see the sunshine. Thank you for your personal perspective. You're welcome. Happy to give it. Well, Sophie, that is my Chachi. Her and Coco are complete opposites. Coco likes to get dirty, muddy, filthy. She likes water. Where Chachi she doesn't like to get wet. She doesn't like to get dirty. That really bothers her. She just wants to be treated like the queen that she is. And praised and adored. She literally will side-eye you if you stop telling her she's beautiful and perfect and all the dogs wish that they were just like her. Like, I have to keep whispering sweet nothings to her or else she gets mad. She is perfect, though. What are you doing over there? She knows there's cats that hide under there sometimes. They really don't like people, though. It's rare you get to see them. They're not my cats before anybody comes for me. They're just feral. And usually when it's really rainy out, like, or cold, that's where you'll see them the most. Sometimes every once in a while you'll see one on the wall, but I don't know, I guess word got out that my dad's Mustang doesn't move. And so they just come to shelter. Gem Monster is the same. She needs constant praise, or she poops in the house out of spite. Oh, geez. I'm trying to get my mom to get a dog, but they only allow cats. We are going to go get another cat tomorrow. And your dog seems so cute. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you find your forever friend. Let us know how it goes. That's good you're going to adopt. What, you want to go inside? Hold on, I think Coco wants to go in. She's laying by the back door, so I'm going to let her in. And then I might go get Chachi so she could say hi for a few minutes. And then I'll hit my vape like a few more times, and then I'll go take care of responsibilities. Though to be fair, I was really ahead of schedule today. I already unloaded and reloaded the dishwasher, folded the clothes that were in the dryer, pooper scooped, watered, brushed my teeth, washed my face. And I feel like, I don't know. Oh, I gotta make a big batch of the dog's food. They're very weird. Like, they won't just eat dog food. It has to have stuff included. So, anyways, I have to make a big batch of food, and it usually lasts like 6 days, 5 days, maybe around that. But it has sweet potatoes, green beans, rice, bone broth, chicken. And then I put in some wet dog food too. And then I obviously don't give them like a whole bunch, but. All right, come on, Coco. I'm gonna go get Chachi. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Come on. Come on. What is hanging from your beard? I think I need an applesauce too. All right, come on. All right, Chihuahua. Come say hi. Oh, Coco. Coco. Come on. Come on, Chach. Okay, it might take a moment, but Chachi will make her way in this direction. Come on, Chachi. Come on. Come on. Coco's being a menace. But Chachi's gonna get fed up and probably bite her in the nose. Come on. Chachi. Say hello. They're playing. Is that your friend Coco? Coco loves Chachi, but she also loves to really annoy her. Chachi, come here. Let me see you. Let me see your face. Chachi, Len. Chachi. Hi. Hello. Coco doesn't give you any peace. Coco, get out of there. Coco. Nobody wants you in their butt. Hi, Chachi. Good morning. If I didn't make you come out, you would have never got out of bed. You can't just sleep the day away. Thank you, Sophie. You hear what noises? Is that what the bird is? Is that what it's called? I thought that was just a crow. What's the difference between a crow and a raven? This isn't a joke. Like, how our ravens are bigger, right? And I think they're supposed to actually be mean where crows aren't. Or do I have that backwards? I don't know. There's a lot of things that I wasn't sure about lately that I'm trying to learn. And I'm like, well, these things look similar. I know they are different. I really don't enjoy that. Chachi's gonna let you have it. Oh, it sounds too hot. I need a pedicure. I'm supposed to go tomorrow. But every day I say I'm gonna get one, and then it's been like 3 weeks. Anyways, I don't know. I'm not exactly like, when I'm not on a live stream, I like my toes can be out, but like, do I want to show off my unpedicured toes to, I don't know, sometimes there's a lot of trolls in this chat. No, thank you. So when the phone is off, the hairy legs will come out. And the unpedicured toes will make an appearance. Just not for you. But you're not missing out, so. No, when your dog, oh. Dirty Chef, have I seen you in another chat? The name sounds familiar. Hi. Hello. Hello. They wouldn't let me get you a Joni. No, they would not. Instead, you got a cocoa bean. Aw. Coco wants to make sure Chachi looks her best. Free the people, if you're still here, do you know if I would have been on my iPhone 13, it would have been dead by now? My phone is somehow still at 67%. This is amazing. I literally thank him all day, every day for this phone. It's so fun to watch things on. I get to see them. You do. The most intelligent bird species. Really? What is the one bird called? Oh my God, it's terrifying. I feel like its beak, it must weigh like 50 pounds, and it's giant, and I feel like it's a gray color. It looks like, and I've only seen it in videos, right? Like when it comes across my face, a lot of things stumble across my Facebook. I've hit the weird part in this algorithm where I get everybody's family drama and I get like animal stuff, right? Like horrible rescues. I don't know. I was all involved, or not involved, but I was all into this balcony dog story. But then I realized that this one guy who was covering it was just about growing his platform. He didn't actually care about the balcony dog. Anyways, but it appears this bird is the actual size of a person. It looks like it would be like 5'5", 5'7". I don't know. It's big and it's terrifying. I've been in many chats, ma'am. Okay, well, welcome to mine. I feel like there was a lot of people who were afraid to come from different chats before when I was in my bitchy era, so I guess I'm trying to re-welcome people back, or if I've seen you before and I was mean to you before, I'm sorry. Unless you deserved it. Georgie! You tell her. You tell her. You're sick of her shit. Hornbill! Yes! It's terrifying. Do you ever think, like, stories they've told? This has nothing to do with the hornbill. But I forget where I saw this happen at, but an entire town flooded, and there was a bunch of, they weren't venomous, they were poisonous snakes. Poisonous. They were released, or I think they were released. Anyways, they were floating down the floodwaters, and they kind of looked like Loch Ness monsters to me. And it got me thinking, you know, the story of like the Loch Ness monster, do you think people really saw it was a big snake? Or it was, what are those one fish that only come around when something bad happens? An oarfish? I think that's what it's called. Or like Bigfoot, what could he be? What could he potentially be? Like a disfigured bear? I don't know. But I believe Bigfoot's real. Because there were giants. Who's to say there's not still really large beings? I would hide if I was a giant. Society is cruel. And they shame and they judge and they ridicule people who make them uncomfortable. I would hide. Nala's a hot mess. Something bad happened to her, though, for her to drink the way she does. I'm not excusing anything she's done. I don't know. I think of the reasons why I drank so heavy, right? And so if I stop to think about it, it kind of makes me look at her like this just broken, wounded person who maybe has never felt love, so she doesn't know how to love, and she's only been shown hate, so that's all she knows how to show. I don't know. I'm not saying she's a good person. I'm not saying I even like her. At one point, she was saying she was going to call my daughter's school. So, you know, she's not a good person, okay? But I also know when I was under the influence of alcohol, I was not me. It was like this demon took over. And I said and did things that, like, I never would have done sober. Why? Because I was hurting. And I was angry at everybody, everything, God even. I didn't understand why a lot of things happened, right? So anyways, I feel like all the hurt I had been feeling would come out every time I took a sip of alcohol. So I would start out okay, but then the more I would drink, it seemed like the meaner I would get because I was hurting so badly. And again, it's not an excuse. Like, I was a shitty person in addiction, but like, if I was this normal, happy person, would I be actively trying to take myself out of the world? And, you know, I mean, every day was a risk. Every day I was smoking, snorting, doing whatever I was doing, right? Like, I clearly wasn't well. Anyways, now clearly isn't well. I don't even check in on her anymore. Like, it's just, it's sad. Maybe things have changed and she's living her best life. I don't know, but I don't know. I also heard so much stuff that she did to Cobes. She's not just hurting, she's cruel, and she's scary when she wants to really hurt somebody. Look at this. Oh, the second I turn the phone on them, they stop. Chachi's just leaning into Coco, cleaning her face. Did you like that? Did you like that? You like it when she's not annoying you and she's just grooming you? Hi, baby. Do you know you're my best friend in the whole world? And this outfit is perfect for you. You're an angel. I think you're supposed to be Cupid, but whatever. He was an angel, wasn't he? I don't know. I've never seen him. I've never met him. I don't know. I like how they, ooh. They're actually pretty. Okay, Coco. I feel like I could see your tongue coming out the other side. No need to be that aggressive. Sheesh. I know, Chachi. You didn't consent to all that. It's hard with how much I work in the things I do I take care of my dad. It's hard to put the beer down. It's hard to say something that's going to convince somebody to stop, because when I wasn't ready, it didn't matter all the help that I had, all the rehabs I was sent to, all the sober livings, all the meetings, if I wasn't ready. But you'll get to a place where you have to stop. And if you ever feel that way, please listen to me. Don't keep drinking. Once you start getting to that point where you're like, I should stop, don't keep going. Because you're going to start out losing things, and then you're going to think, oh, this isn't so bad, and then the losses are going to be greater. And alcohol, it's so bad. It's so bad. I think of all the roads that led me down, all the different drugs it introduced me to, all the horrible experiences that happened to me. How I even was separated from my own child for a while. And I'd never want anyone to go through that. Coco stopping to smell the flowers. Hi, sorry, I just saw your message. My message? I'm so confused. That's why I stick to green, Chef. Honestly, it makes me happier, but that's just me. Well, alcohol's a depressant. That's why people, when they drink a lot, I was depressed already, and then I would drink and I'd become even more depressed. I would have certain tendencies, if you know what I'm saying. And only alcohol would do that to me. I don't know. And it was because I was already depressed and I was making it worse, It's so bad. Alcohol's so bad. Not like alcohol, though. I've never smoked weed and wanted to delete. Have you? Oh, alcohol's on a different level. A rehydrant? Oh no. Well, that's not good. Have you ever tried sparkling water or Gatorade? Chachi recommends it. She's never had it, but she hears the blue flavor is the best. Weed is boring and lame and waited long after high school to smoke. Yeah, to each their own. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. I feel like I'm a better person when I smoke. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of that right now. And then I feel like I need to eat. My daughter had a whole schedule of what I'm supposed to be eating today. I got the protein shake in, so. By the way, I'm fine. I'm just trying to learn a balance with this GLP-1. Like, I don't eat a whole lot of protein as it is. And then the things that I do like to eat, my taste buds have changed on me and nothing tastes good that I used to enjoy. And then it's like this balance where I'm not hungry, but then all of a sudden I'm so hungry. Anyways, I'm learning. So I need to eat small, frequent meals. And we're going to start that as soon as I'm done smoking. I don't know what to do, though. I like the things that I like. It's so hard to explain if you're not me. And now the things that I like taste like poop on a shoe. Avocado roll didn't even taste good. Not even with soy sauce. What if okay, things oftentimes taste like soap to me. You know how some people eat cilantro? Like, to me, it's heaven on earth, but like, my sister can't stand it. She thinks it tastes like soap. Like, what if the GLP-1 does that? I haven't tried cilantro yet, I don't think, since being on it. I will let you guys know. All right, let me hit my vape. I think I'm going delirious at this point. Just go with it. Yeah, you gave me a lot of good ideas yesterday for the people. My mom told me to when I got on the GLP-1. She's like, Jenny, she's like, you have to eat protein. And of course, me, I'm like, yeah, I know. Oh, I will. Me eating protein is my protein shake in the morning. Like, that's, you know. So, anywho, since I do donate plasma and I am on this medication, I'm going to have to be better. Cilantro to me is kind of nasty because it smells like stink bugs to me. See, everybody has like that one thing. You know, coffee smells disgusting to me. I think it smells like a skunk. So next time, if you smell a skunk, smell. Tell me if you smell coffee, or I don't know. If you'd rather just smell the coffee you brew tomorrow or later today, let me know. But I think it smells like a skunk. You should paint or do pottery mugs and plates. That would be fun. I'm down for that. Coco, what do you think? We still gotta go through this stuff. I don't know, for the people thinks like on the other side there's a bunch of movies, like there's Home Alone, stuff like that. And he said that people pay money for certain did you say VHS? Because that's what a lot, well, we have VHS and DVDs. But I know my nephew was going through them yesterday. I don't know how much is still there. He likes, like, I don't know, he likes to collect things. He likes to collect baseball cards, coins. I don't think he has anything to watch a VHS on, but he wanted them. It's his little hobbies. Let's see. Oh, wait, there's still a lot. I don't know. I'm not touching any of it. There's a lot of Fox and the Hound. That movie. Oh my gosh. I can never watch it again. Do you like how I'm... Do you like my outfits? Oh sorry. Well, could be worse, honestly. Oh, cool, Clint. Especially depending on the movie. I want to look through them. Okay, there's this one movie, and it's kind of weird, but I love it. My grandma used to love it. It was called Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and she knew all the songs in it. And it was a young Sean Connery, and I don't remember anybody else in it, and a little person, which was the leprechaun. Anyways, I want to watch it so badly, and I don't know that you can watch it anywhere, can you? Somebody let me know. It's called Darby O'Gill and the Little People. I want to watch it stone. It'd be interesting. Anyways, that was a regular movie they used to play because my grandma just loved it. And then every Sunday, oh gosh, my grandpa used to watch he would watch religious movies, but when The Passion of the Christ came out, he would watch it like every Sunday, and it was traumatizing. I used to hate being over there on Sundays. Like, I don't know why he would subject himself to things, but like to him, Sunday was meant to remember just what Christ went through. And so he would watch these brutal scenes, and it just like, I don't know. But the happy part of Sundays, he would always play Elvis Presley gospel music, and I liked how Elvis sang. I still do. I want him so badly to be that pastor in Arkansas or wherever it is. I don't know. Tennessee. Wherever it is. YouTube! Oh, is it there? Well, I'm going to be busy later watching Darby O'Gill and the Little People smoking my Northern Lights. She is a Chihuahua, and she's a Jack Russell mix. I don't know. I think she has Dalmatian in her, but maybe I just want her to have that. I don't know. I don't know. Where the plan is my mom wants to get a DNA test done. So. Anyways, I can't wait to talk to my mom later because I have a few more questions about the family scandal. And again, I want to ask her, like, if I can share more. If you missed the beginning, my mom was telling me yesterday after going through family photos, like how she found out when she did her ancestry DNA, she found out that she was English, Scottish, Native American, Irish, Italian, very small percentage. It changes my whole identity. I don't know how I feel about this. But what I will say is my dad who raised me, my dad who stepped up, his family's Italian. So I feel like I identify with that small percentage. Anyways, moving on. we learned all this stuff, and I had a whole point I was going to tell you. Oh, yeah. So we were going through family photos. I found out that she thinks my grandpa is really her bio dad, and she listed the reasons why. Then we found out she's these things, and she told me, she even read it off to me. She has it on her phone, the ancestry DNA stuff. What's crazy is, too, it had all her bio mom's info and siblings. Like, it turns out she had a bunch of siblings, like, in the same city and the next city over. How crazy is that? Anyways, the whole story is insane, but I don't know how much, like, in detail, would be okay to share. So I definitely want to talk to her about it first. But anyways, it was this whole thing, and my brain is still trying to wrap my head around a lot of things. I guess your mama can no longer claim I did a hate crime. I'm a small percentage Native American too. What? I have no idea. We don't even know what my grandpa was. The tribe no longer existed. He couldn't get payment. So I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. Oh yeah. So anyways, the siblings and all that all of their info was on this, but there was no info on my mom's bio dad. Wild, right? You know what I learned, though, is everybody's human, no matter how much we build them up in their heads. Like, I remember being a kid and, like, idolizing my grandpa, right? Like, he was just my best friend in the world. And this isn't to make him, he wasn't a bad person at all. He was amazing in every aspect, but, like, everybody's human. Everybody does stuff that they wish that they didn't or they can't take back. I'm not talking about my mom. I'm just saying in general, like, right? Like, we all do things. So there's that. There's that. You have a Pitweiler, a German Shepherd mixed with a Belgian Malinois, and a white Doberman. Wow. You got big dogs. I think Coco's big. But I forgot what other dogs look like because I've had Chooch so long. And she's tiny. She's a potato. What I do know is my bio dad was German. I do know that for a fact. So I guess I'm a bunch of different things. I hear the parrots or something. I wish I didn't have a mind that thought so much. I think way too much. BLT! Oh, that sounds good, minus the B. And the T. I don't really like tomato. Well, sometimes it depends. I say that, but like, I like ketchup. I like it on pizza. I guess a tomato on a sandwich, to me, I don't know if I just don't eat it fast enough, but it always gets really soggy. But I guess that's what the lettuce is for. And it kind of acts as a barrier. No, because it hits the other. No, I don't know. I'm going to have bread. Because I don't have lettuce. I'm going to have bread for lunch, and it's going to be amazing. I do have Nutella. I have cheese. Chachi, what are we gonna do for lunch? You know what actually really does sound good? And I know this is like a weird time. No, it's still morning. I want some apple cinnamon oatmeal with almond milk. But I want like 2 packets of it. Now that sounds like a good time. Do you like how I'm trying to convince myself? I don't know, it really is the only thing that sounds good. I have salad stuff. I'm saladed out. I have had all this salad like the last 7 days. I just keep buying spinach and strawberries and feta cheese. I don't know, because I've had the salad before, right? You know that, but like when I haven't had something for a while and I decide I really like it again, like I'm gonna eat that for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't know why I do that, but when I like things, I become obsessed with them. Anyways, I overplayed the salad like that, and I don't know that my stomach was weird the other day. And then I remembered that there was a salad thing going on, and just I don't want to mess with it. So we're not having salad. We have applesauce, oatmeal, macaroni, all the noodles. I can make anything, but like it's 10:30, so we're going with apple cinnamon oatmeal. And maybe Nutella toast if we're feeling a little crazy. But it sounds like a lot of sugar, doesn't it? What I've noticed too, if I eat a whole bunch of sugar on a GLP-1, I don't feel good. I don't know how Foodie does it, you guys. Either she's not really taking the injections weekly, she's doing it every so often when she gets enough trouble for the way she's eating. I don't know. But like I can't see how she could eat what she does. Like greasy things don't sound good, fried things don't sound good. And that's all she eats. Overly sweet things, you pay for that. You pay for greasy things and fried things too. So like how she must constantly be in the bathroom, or I don't know. I don't even know how she eats through Ozempic. I do believe she picks it up every so often to say that she does, but I don't think she takes it weekly. And I think when she does take it again, she does have those symptoms, the nausea, all of that, because that is a real thing. Like, you do have that, especially a few days after injection. Some people don't have any side effects. Some people get really nauseous. Anyways, I believe that's when she feels nausea. Or two, maybe she is overeating and that's when she feels sick. I don't know. What I do know is her story doesn't make sense. And the way she eats doesn't make sense to me. It's too rich. I like it with sliced up banana on top. And I do a very thin, well, I don't know, the other day, or was it last week, I made the goopiest Nutella toast and it was kind of delicious. But typically, I do a thin, not very thin, just thin. I exaggerated at first, but just a thin layer, and then you do chopped up banana on top. And that's a really nice time in your mouth, let me tell you. Yeah. Well, I saw a clip where she was saying that she, that, and she'll never do this again. She learned her lesson. She always says that. Apparently, she was so sick. What I do know is there was a point in time my mom bought these, they had just came out. They were fairly new, and they were these pills. And it wasn't the medication that makes you throw up when you drink alcohol. It was something that was supposed to take the cravings away. But I do think it was supposed to make you not feel good if you drank, but it didn't make you get sick. Like, what is it, Antabuse? I can't remember what the other thing is called. Anyways, but she like paid, I feel like it was $200 or something for these pills, right? And she paid for it. It was expensive, but she paid for it in hopes that like I would quit drinking. I took them for a few days. I still drank, and then I ended up throwing up the whole, I'm not proud of this, by the way. I threw the whole bottle away because I didn't want to stop what I was doing. I didn't. I still wanted to, I very much wanted to be a drunk. My poor mom, by the way, she's a saint. I love you. If you happen to stumble across this, I love you so much. And I'm sorry I was such a butthead. I get you now. And I would fight just as hard for my daughter. I would. Anyways, but yeah, if you don't want to stop what you're doing, no injection, no pill, it's gonna make you stop. Who was the guy? Was he on the Partridge Family? I feel like his name was Danny. He had red hair. Anyways, he was drinking through that one medication that's supposed to make you violently ill. Again, if you want to do something bad enough, nothing's gonna get in your way. Yeah. And then she gets sick, so that's why she needs more time. How long has she supposedly been on it by now? I don't think she looks any different, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not as checked into the foodie stuff as I once was. At one point, I used to make videos on her community post section. I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like an asshole when I'm like, oh, look at this, look at that. Again, I know she's an asshole, but like, she hangs out under a bridge. Like, come on. I feel like the biggest dick in the world making fun of a woman that's supposedly married. She does have this nice place, and she chooses to hang out under a bridge and wait for the Costco to open. I mean, people ride by her on bicycles shouting haram. Like, I know she's in denial about that, but her life is one big mess. And if it makes her feel better to think that I'm jealous, so be it. I'll just have to take that one. I'm looking at the helicopter. I always think it must be so cool to fly things, but like, I don't know. I'm so scared of being in the air. But it must be so freeing. Oh, I'm just gonna take a helicopter out today. Go for I don't know, it's not a stroll. A fly? A soar? A soar. I don't know. A spin in my plane? There's no point. It's dead. Even the times we get a lot of rain, it doesn't grow back. I don't like it either. I don't think anybody does. In case anybody's wondering. I feel like every weekend there's a conversation on what's to be done with it, but like there's other things that come up. I don't know, there's always something with My parents own 2 houses, and it feels like, and they're both old houses, so something always comes up that's more important than, I guess, a lawn. Coco doesn't really care either way. Chachi barely uses it. Just live versus dragon rotation. If I had a helicopter, I would fly it to work every day. That would be so cool. If you were a doctor, well, you're a chef, so you could take jobs, obviously, very far away to where you'd have to fly to work. I would sell my car, too. Oh, you want me in New York? Well, I don't know where you live, but I'd say give me 14 hours to be there. I have no idea how long it flies or takes to fly to New York. But it seems like it would be cool, right? Like everybody down below is pissing you off, work's bothering you, your spouse is getting on your last nerve, you're tired of taking out the trash, so you just go up in the sky where nobody can bother you. Sounds like a dream. I think for me, for the people, we'll just, when we get our house, it'll have a really tall tree and we'll build me a tree house. And it'll be my place. And I'll leave you guys all down below when everybody pisses me off. But anyways, I was thinking about that when I was watching Angus Young play. I was like, it seems, and then too, I was watching this really cool collab with Tim Reynolds and Dave Matthews. Anyways, the way he was playing guitar, like I just knew he was taking, I don't know how to explain it, like whatever his heart or whatever he couldn't say, he was playing on the guitar. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, so I always think it must be so cool to be able to play an instrument, and when you're stressed out, fed up, whatever, you have this outlet, you know? I wish I played an instrument. I tried to play guitar, but it hurt my fingers. But I also wasn't like at a time where I wanted to sit there and like really learn it. But like now I think it sounds so nice to sit out here and play my ukulele or I don't know, something, and annoy my neighbors. I used to be able to play the recorder. Mary had a little lamb. You up? Okay, you want me to mute? Okay, hold on, you guys. My daughter's up. All right, the boss told me I have 5 more minutes. I always love her response. You up? Up and up. Okay. She says it to me every single day. I had a roommate. We were roommates for like 3 nights, 4 nights. It was kind of nice. I kind of miss her. At the time, like if you're a parent, you'll get this, right? Like, I know for the people gets this too. Like our room becomes the place everybody hangs out. And it's like you just sometimes want 2 minutes to yourself. But then like she went back to her room last night. It was the first night without her, and I woke up today and I was sad she wasn't in there anymore. I was so sad. I don't know. It was very comforting to just know she was right there. Does that make sense? Even though we're in the same house, right down the hall from each other. It's not a very big hall. Like, it was just very nice to have her in the room. I felt like I slept better. Maybe it's her energy. I don't know. It calmed me. She has very good energy, I have to say. Like, she is all good things. Everything that could have possibly have come out of me is in her, like all the good things, right? And it could have went like really wrong. You know, both her parents have addiction issues. Like, she could have been on a bad path, and she's just not. Like, I love her so much. I was proud of her for calling you too, for the people when I don't know, I was seeing stars. That was scary. Anyways, we made it through. Let's hit our vapes. There's hummingbird drama. Did you see that? One chased the other one off. Is that a police? I think that's a police helicopter. I mean, it looks black and white. Jackie still isn't back home, and I heard there's a new female owl, possibly the one that attacked her, that's been hanging out around Shadow, trying to swoop in on Jackie's man. So the updates were confusing at first. They're like, oh, no major injuries to Jackie. We're just going to keep her in the hospital. We'll have more info soon. But like, they made it sound like she would be flying home soon, right? But I guess she became anemic and something with her organs, I can't remember. But it does still sound like she's going to recover, which thank God. But I think just birds are different, and it's probably stressful. I mean, you can't really heal when you're stressed out, right? Like, she's away from her nest. So I guess they were going to build something over by Jackie and Shadow's nest too. So the nest would have had to have been removed, but all the Jackie and Shadow fans raised, I forget if it was 9 million, 10 million. It was something like that to be able to keep their nest where it is. This is just how many people these birds have touched. I feel like we could learn so much from Jackie and Shadow. Probably just animals in general, right? Yeah, something's going on over there. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled. I don't know how much I could see other than the helicopter in the sky, but if it was like a fire, I would have seen it by now. I'm assuming it's something to do with like a police. We have a lot of police chases on this freeway. You would be surprised how many. But everybody's on meth. I remember back when I was doing it, everybody was on it. So I don't know. I never got the idea to take a car and go on a joyride. Thank God. But can you imagine? Oh my gosh. I'm so surprised I never did that. Anyways, it's the meth and the crack. Free the people. I know Chantel always says she's going to scare men. Not with an outfit like this. Not with an outfit like this. I can't wait to have my toes out, though. I will say that more often, at least. They've only been in hiding and around secure eyes. They don't care what my toes look like, but just know I am very ashamed, and I'm gonna feel so embarrassed when I go in for a pedicure. I make my feet sound worse than they are, but if you've ever gone an extended period of time without getting a pedicure, you know the fear you feel when you go back that they're all talking about your toes. I don't enjoy that feeling. Hi, Chooch. What are you doing being so cute? I know it's hot. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna go inside. Pop is still going insane. Look at my little fountain. It's so cute. And this frog, oh my gosh. I named it Frank because Frank the frog, I don't know if I told you guys, his drink lights up at night. He's very cute. Hi, Chach. Yeah, subscribe to each other. I love that. I always loved that Specs channel did that. Like, her audience is really supportive of each other. A lot of us in the chat have channels. All right, you guys. I'm feeling like I need to eat something. I'm just lightheaded. So, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. But we were live a long time, and my phone's at 50%. That's really good. Shout out to the iPhone 17. I know eventually this will change, right? And it's not always going to hold charge, but this is so nice. Oh my gosh. I forgot what it's like to have a new phone. It charges so fast too. And I love that I could see things. I don't know. My phone that I had, it kind of looked like everything was a little distorted, just a little bit. Pixelated. I don't know. Not pixel. It was just not clear. Anyways, I like Apple. That's all I have to say about that. All right, I gotta get something on my stomach. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. My wise words of the day is to be kind to animals and bugs and to all of God's creatures. Spay and neuter your pets. Don't do meth. And go get a pedicure if you need one like me. I think that's my whatever. All right, I love you guys. Have a great day, great evening wherever you are. And I will see you in the next live stream. Hold on, you guys. Don't trip me. Come on. Oh, bye, you guys. This is quite the outfit. I can never talk about Chantel again. All right, bye.